Hey guys, I'm gonna let a few people jump on before we get started because I know there's quite a few people that are gonna join us. So I'm gonna give it probably a minute or two. And I apologize for the way I look. I look like a hot mess today. I've been running around with my 3-year-old all day. It's just been a crazy day. We did a lot today, and I barely got time to even take a shower today. So I'm sorry I look like this. I'm not very beautiful today. I'm gonna give it one more minute. We'll wait. I'm actually gonna just share my screen already. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna wait like probably 30 more seconds. I just don't want people to, I would like for people to listen to the whole thing. And if anyone is watching this and you notice I'm talking about something that has nothing to do with what is on the screen, send me a Facebook message or a text message or something and let me know, just because sometimes I have had problems in the past where it's not switching slides, and I don't want to be, talking about something that y'all can't even see. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. It's 2 minutes past, and I don't want to keep y'all all night. But I am pretty excited for this team call, just because I kind of put a lot of thought into it and a lot of, I guess, planning into this presentation, just because I know people have their own way of doing things, and there's things that works for other people, but I just really wanted to tell you guys exactly what I do when I do my challenge groups, because I do 1 or 2 every single month. And for me, I think it's more successful when I do put more time and effort into planning them and promoting them, as opposed to just saying, I'm just going to do a challenge group, whoever wants to join. It's way more successful when I have a thought out plan, when I'm actually promoting it for, longer than a day or 2. It's just a lot more successful. So I just wanted to share with you guys exactly what I do, and I hope that it helps someone. So let's get started. Okay, so first thing I wanted to tell you guys before we even get into this is what works for me. This entire business is a learning experience. It's trial and error. It does not work for everyone the same exact way. What works for me might not work, for another coach. Our audiences may be completely different. They may respond to different types of, ways of promoting and, pushing, these challenge groups and stuff like that. So again, this is completely what I do and what works for me. So use it, play with it, make it your own, see what works, see what gets you the best feedback, and just change it along the way. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do exactly what I do. Do what makes you feel comfortable. So again, this is exactly what I do. You can take from it what you want. So, okay, so the best plan of action for me, and this is truly what works for me the best, is I will plan out my month ahead of time. I will sit there and look at my calendar, and I will pick a week, either the 2nd or 3rd week in a month, and I will say I'm going to start my challenge group on that Monday. So the best thing for me to do, and what I do, is I start planning it and promoting it at least 2 weeks out. One reason I do that is because I want everybody to get their challenge group and their Shakeology and everything in time to start on Monday. Now, that doesn't mean I don't let people sign up to the event. I actually do let people sign up, because we have, Beachbody on demand and everything. I will let people sign up or purchase their challenge pack up to the day before I do a challenge. But I do start planning and promoting and signing people up at least 2 weeks out so they can get their stuff. So one thing that I do that's a lot more successful, and I found that's a lot easier for me, is I pick a program. Some people don't like to do that. Some people like to say, what are your goals? What are your fitness level? What kind of workouts do you like? And for me, I find that it's a little more hard to run challenge groups when you have people on different programs, just because there are so many different meal plans out there. As opposed, like if you have people doing hammer and chisel in your group as opposed to people doing PIO, they're obviously eating two completely different meal plans. And I personally do meal plans in my challenge group. So for me, I don't really have the time to create, 5 different meal plans for everyone. So I pick a program. And I just have a designated program. I, think of a catchy name for my challenge group that relates to my program, and I pick that for everyone to do within that challenge group. So the number one seller, and the first one I started with, was 21 Day Fix. That is the number one seller. I've heard time and time again that 21 Day Fix is the number one seller for challenge packs, just because of all the marketing and all of the, stuff out there about 21 Day Fix. There's been a million infomercials. It's probably one of the best infomercials out there. You see it all over. I see it at the gym all the time. People know 21 Day Fix. So if you're going to start with one, if you haven't done a challenge group, I think it's a great one to start with. And also you can look at what's on sale for the month, because you can also use that as a bargaining chip, saying, it's normally for sale for 160, 180 bucks, but this month, you guys, it's on sale for 140. So you're actually going to get $20 off. So sometimes I do that too. So it just depends on, what the promotions are. But either way, I pick one program for my entire challenge group, whatever 21 Day Fix or whatever. So once I pick a program, I start to build that momentum. And this, if I cannot reiterate this enough, because this for me has been the make it or break it for how successful my challenge groups are. And I feel like it's so important, and people miss out on so much of an opportunity of doing a challenge group because they don't build the momentum. And again, that's why I think it's so important to have 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks or around 2 weeks before a challenge group, because you have to build that momentum. You kind of have to build up that excitement and that hype. So one thing, there are things that I do to start building that momentum, is I will do the program before I start with the challenge group. So say my challenge group starts in 2 weeks with 22-minute hardcore in 2 weeks on a Monday. I will start doing 22-minute hardcore, and I will start posting pictures of myself doing the workouts, or posting videos of myself doing the workouts, or talking about, the results I'm seeing from the program. And if you don't have the program that you're going to be doing in the challenge group with everyone, you can also preview a ton of them in your Beachbody On Demand. So you don't have to go out and buy the program. If you're going to do it with your challengers, obviously I suggest that you purchase the program, just so you can see what it's about and help your challengers the best way possible. But again, you can use Beachbody On Demand to preview it. But again, what I do is I start doing the program, I do the workouts, I post videos of it, I'm posting pictures, I'm posting results, I'm posting, my sweaty selfies. There's also a ton of before and after pictures out there for different programs. For me personally, I don't really like to use the stock photos. I will go into our TKO Elite Coaches page, and I will ask people, I will post in the group and I'll say, hey, has anyone done, 21 Day Fix? Can you guys share some before and afters that you don't mind me using as promotions? And there'll be a ton of coaches that will share your pictures and like, yeah, share away. Again, like I say, we're all one big happy family, so we all want each other to succeed. So you're not going to have people, telling you they don't want to share before and afters, or people who will give you like a review of how they love the program. So utilize that TKO Elite Coaches page too. So you can always post in there, or you can post in our Wild Republic Coaches page too, because I know a lot of people have before and afters of programs that they've done. I know Lauren did Insanity Max 30 and had crazy awesome results and had like a ripped 6-pack. So you can always post in there for before and afters, and post those into your social media and Facebook and say, this is one of my friends who did this program. Look at her awesome results. Super excited to start on Monday with this program. Stuff like that. Whatever. You're not shoving it in people's faces like, join my challenge group, look like this. But you're just saying, you can post like a hashtag Transformation Tuesday, stuff like that. All of those things are going to build up results. I say this all the time, but I think it's so incredibly true. But it takes people 3 to 5 times of seeing something before they actually start thinking about it. Because whenever you scroll through social media, or you are watching something, you see something for the first time and you're like, okay, whatever. But then you start seeing it multiple times, you're like, okay, so what is this girl doing? So she's looking like she's seeing, awesome results. She's saying how much she like is losing weight, has so much more energy. She feels awesome. What is she doing? What program is she doing? So after you see it a few times, you start asking those questions. So that's why I think it's so important to build up that momentum and post, you know, a couple of times about, I say a couple of times a day about it. Share your sweaty selfies. Obviously don't share the same thing every single day, but you can break it up. And again, I'm going to talk about Shakeology because I think you should be posting about that too. Shakeology, you're going to want to post and build that momentum with Shakeology too. And if you're not already posting about Shakeology, you should be, because you want people to come in and want the challenge pack, because one, we get Success Club points for challenge packs. But Shakeology is going to help them get the best results possible because it's taking, you know, the place of one meal a day. It's going to give them the energy. It's going to help with their cravings. So the more you're posting about Shakeology and talking about, you know, how you feel on it, how amazing it is, how you've lost weight on it, how you feel on it, more people are going to want it. So again, it's going to take 3 to 5 times the people seeing it before they start asking questions, you know, what is this Shakeology? So you got to post more than, you know, once a month about how you love your Shakeology. So again, that's how I build my momentum with these programs. I'll start posting, you know, about Shakeology and the programs, and I'll talk about the benefits that I've seen, how I feel, how much more energy I have, stuff like that. So building momentum, I think, is one of the most important things with starting a challenge group. Okay, so tips that I just kind of have for building momentum. One, like I said, don't post stock transformation photos. Personally, for me, I just feel like they come off fake. When I see it, I feel like I'm looking at an infomercial, or I'm looking at, you know, a salesy car salesman kind of person. Like, I just don't feel, I guess, compelled to buy something when I see a stock photo. But when I see, you know, my friend Jessica and her before and afters and how she's been kicking butt and she's lost 2 dress sizes in the last 5 weeks, that is going to grab my attention more than that stock photo at the top. You know, I mean, she looks great. Awesome. That's amazing. But for me, it doesn't resonate as much as if you're posting your own transformations or someone that you know, one of your friends or something like that. Share about more than just weight loss results. Did it help you solve a problem? I think this is great also, and it works especially, I feel like, for Shakeology, because not everybody, you know, is gonna lose weight right away, especially people who have those like last 10 pounds to lose. But if you can solve a problem for someone, if someone's struggling with something and you can solve a problem for them with Shakeology or with a workout program that they can do at home, they're going to stick around and they're going to want to actually try out the program for longer than, you know, a week or whatever and give up. So like for me, if solving a problem, I have, you know, those last 5 to 10 pounds when, you know, a couple months ago. And for me, the problem that I was solving with my Shakeology is my cravings, because I have crazy sugar cravings and crazy chocolate cravings. So a problem it was solving for me was that I wasn't, you know, trying to find chocolate in my house at night at 10 o'clock at night before I went to bed. So that's what helped for me. And I share about that because I know so many people that have that same problem. And then they'll talk to me about it. And then, you know, we can talk about Shakeology for them. So stop being afraid to put yourself out there. This is big. So many people are afraid to share their sweaty selfies or, you know, their workout pictures. And you got to get over that, you guys, because people want to see that. That's what makes people, you know, stop and look at your pictures and stop and look at, you know, what you're doing. That picture of me on the left bottom, you know, I mean, I wasn't thrilled to share that, but, you know, it's me doing Insanity. It's me working my butt off, you know, and people stop and like, what is she doing? She looks crazy. Like, what is she doing? And like, oh, she's doing Insanity. Oh, okay. So they see it a couple times and they ask me about it. You gotta stop being afraid to put yourself out there, because nothing is gonna come from you sitting, you know, in the dark and hoping people come to you. That's just not how it works. People want to know how it's worked for you. Be a product to the product. Yes, you cannot expect to not do the programs and not drink Shakeology and not post about it and have people want to sign up and do these challenge groups with you. It's just not going to work that way. If you want people to be interested in what is like going on and wanting to be a part of these challenge groups, you're going to have to be doing the programs or doing a program, period, and posting about it and sharing that you're using Shakeology and how amazing you feel, period. You're just going to have to. Share your own experience with Shakeology and why you love it. I already kind of talked about that. Why do you love the whole package? This is huge because so many people say, oh, I just want to buy the program. And then you're like, well, why? You should do the challenge pack. You should get it with Shakeology. And they're like, no, I kind of just want to do, just the workout program and we'll go from there. We all have that happen. It's going to happen to you at some point. It's happened to me a million times. But I've kind of learned from that. The biggest thing that works for me is talking about the whole package, that with this challenge group, you're going to get the entire package. You're going to get fitness, you're going to get nutrition, you're going to get accountability. And with those 3 things, you're going to get the best results possible. You can get just a fitness program, but at the end of the day, if you're not eating right, you're not going to see the results that you want. And if you, aren't having someone keep you accountable, you're going to probably fall off the wagon and want to quit when things get hard, because all these programs, they're not a walk in the park. There's days that you want to quit. So accountability helps people stay on track. Talk about that with people. Talk about why it's amazing, why these challenge groups are so awesome, because they keep you on track. They keep pushing you. They keep you motivated. Share that with people. I know I say here, I didn't feel like working out today, but then I checked in with some of my fellow challengers and now I'm making myself push play. I say stuff like that all the time. Because it's true. There's so many days that I don't want to work out, and then I'll see, half of my challengers got their workout in already and it's 8 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, so I need to just log in a Beachbody On Demand and get it done. If they can do it, I can do it too. And you can't expect people to sign up if you aren't posting consistently about it. I talk about this in every single one of my calls or whatever trainings. Consistency is the biggest thing when it comes to this business, I feel like. People, if you're not posting consistently about it, it's basically like a new store that opens up and they announce it one time and then you never hear anything about it again. And then 10 years later, you're like, is that store still open? I don't even know. I mean, what do they sell? I don't even remember. Yeah, you can't do that. You constantly have to put yourself out there and say, this is what I'm doing. This is, be a product to the product. I'm drinking Shakeology. I love it. I'm getting my workout in. I feel amazing. I'm doing, I've grown so much because I do personal development every day. If you're consistently putting that message out there, people are going to see the changes in you and they're going to be like, what is this girl doing? What is she doing? I need to know. Talk to me. Tell me what workout program you're doing. What is this Shakeology that you say is so amazing? If you're consistent about it, again, that 3 to 5 times rule that I talk about, people will start asking you questions. Everything takes time in this business. It doesn't just happen unless you're amazing. Some people walk into this business and it happens for them immediately, and that's great. But a lot of people, it doesn't. It takes time of building up that consistency and posting that you're using it. People want to see if you're going to stick with things. That's the biggest thing, I think. I think people want to see if you're actually going to follow through, because there's so many times that people do something and they fall off the wagon or they, give up and they're like, okay, whatever. I knew she wasn't going to do it anyways. You need to stick around and show people, hey, this can be done. This, I can push play, work out from my house, drink 1 superfood shake a day, feel amazing, and, I have results. People want to see that it's actually working and that you can actually do it, and the average person can actually follow through with a complete program. So you have to show them that. You have to be consistent about it. So those are just some tips. Okay, so one thing that I do before I post, and this is not me, by the way, I just use this because I thought it was funny. But one thing that I do before I post anything about my challenge group, yes, you've been building your momentum for the past, week and a half or whatever you've been doing. One thing that I do is post a call to action post before you, whoops, sorry guys, my little notifications came up. I post a call to action post before I post anything about my challenge group. And what a call to action post is kind of just wanting people to comment and like your photo. And what that does, because Facebook, we know, and Instagram is getting this way, but Facebook has an algorithm. And when people like your posts and they interact with your page, those same people will start seeing more and more of your posts. Because not every one of our friends is seeing all our Facebook posts. That's just how Facebook is working now. So the biggest thing is to do a post that is going to get people to comment and like on it, because that's going to build your audience for the next couple of posts that you put up there. So one of these things, this is just an example, is she posted a picture of her eating, that Shakeology chocolate with coconut oil that everybody's eating. And I just put this comment, but because I thought it was a cute call to action. I'm such a sucker for chocolate. What's everyone's one go-to treat when trying to slim down? then you wait for answers. And then, you know, people will be, you know, they'll comment on things and you'll get like, you know, 6 or 7 comments and you'll get, you know, 25 likes, whatever. Those same people that liked and commented are probably going to see your next like 2 to 3, 4 posts. So it's building your affinity, it increases your audience, and it boosts that Facebook algorithm. So those people are going to see more of your posts, because if they're not interacting with your page, chances are they're probably not going to see all of your posts. So that's a good thing, and it's a little tip that I do before I post about a challenge group. Okay, so next is posting about your challenge group. One thing that I do after that call to action is I will post about it before I do an event page. I will talk about it. Just because I want people to see it and see what it's about before I do an event page. That's just personally what I do. And I'll post something like this. It's back. Round 1 was crazy successful. People dropped major pounds and went down in pant sizes. Energy levels went through the roof, and everyone's confidence is on a new level. If you missed out on round 1, here's your chance to get in on the action. Summer is just around the corner. It's time to get covered in sweat now, so you are covered in clothes at the beach. And then my picture at the bottom is Bikini Body Boot Camp, April 18th, and it's me holding Shakeology. Whatever, simple, easy. But I talk about, you know, and you don't have, this is just because I did round 2 of 22-minute hardcore. So it was talking about my next round. But you can post something just to like the same kind of things as talking about how amazing it's going to be. You know, you got to build that hype and that excitement for it. So talk about the benefits that people are going to see from doing your program or your challenge group. You know, how people are going to feel. They're going to drop pounds. They're going to be bikini body ready. You know, talk about benefits. Talk about all the positives that people are going to get, because that's what people want to see. They want to know how they're going to feel at the end of it. So I just make it super positive and talk about all the amazing things that are going to come out of the actual challenge. So it builds that excitement. So I do that post before I do the event page and after I do a call to action. Yeah, and I normally do the call to action probably either the morning of or the day before I post about my challenge group. And it will have nothing to do with my challenge group, by the way, that call to action. Okay, so event pages. Everyone should be doing event pages if you're doing a challenge group. And if you're not, you need to be doing them. And this is why I feel that you need to be doing them. To make an event page, it's super, super, super easy, you guys. It's not even that hard. You'll just go into your Facebook. On the left-hand side, it will say events, and then a new page will pop up, and in the right-hand side, it will say create an event. And this thing in the middle where it says the picture of me and like the create public event, that's gonna pop up. You're gonna make a public event, and then you're just gonna say the name of your challenge group, whatever it's gonna be, you know, some catchy name, you know, 21 days to summer ready, or 21 days to summer strong, or bikini body boot camp, whatever you want it to be, something cute. And then you're gonna go into PicMonkey or canva.com. And I will post those links if y'all don't know about them. I will post those in our team page just so you can check them out. But I always make a cute little banner or a picture for it to post on there, so it just looks cute. And then you're gonna tell them, you're gonna go into the description and you're gonna tell them exactly what's included. So I tell them, you know, it comes with a complete at-home workout program, you know, 21 days of a complete meal plan I designed for maximum results, a 30-day supply of the best nutritional shake on the market, a private accountability group where everyone will stay motivated and supported throughout the entire challenge, and me as your private coach. And I tell them not private, personal coach. So I tell them what's going to be included, and then I talk about how awesome it's going to be. And if you're going to give away prizes, put that in there, that there's going to be prizes, you know, talk about the benefits, you know, all that stuff is going to go into the event details. And then you're going to put the date and the time or whatever that's going to start, and that's it. That's easy. You've created an event, period. So then you will go into the event and you will start inviting all your friends. I think so many people are afraid to actually invite their friends, which is crazy to me, because at the end of the day, you never know who's going to join your challenge. I've had so many people that I'm like, they're never going to join one of my challenges, and they end up joining a challenge. So always invite every single person that you possibly like know even. Literally, when I invite people to my event pages, I seriously invite every single woman out of my friends list, just because I don't really know how to help men yet. I haven't really conquered that whole aspect. So I just kind of stick to the women, but I invite every single woman off of my friends list, period. Because I never know who's going to, you know, be in one of my challenge groups. And plus, if you're adding 3 to 5 people to your network a day, I definitely add all those people too, because you never know who's going to want to do a challenge group. You absolutely never know. So invite everyone you know. So, and why our event pages are so important is because it will send the actual invitee, is that even a word? Invitee? Whatever. They will send the person who invited a notification to their Facebook saying, so-and-so invited you to their event. And they will click on it, it'll come up, and they will see what the actual event is. That's why it's so important to do that, as opposed to just doing a regular post. I do both, but you can do it, whatever. You need to do the event page more than the other posts if you're not going to do both. But it makes people aware that this is actually happening, and it will personally send them a notification saying that you invited them to the challenge group, and they will see it. So that's why I do an event page every single time. Okay, so following up. When someone says on your event page that they are interested or they are attending, I will go and I will send them a personal message on Facebook, and I will just send them a message saying, hey girl, I saw that you were interested in my Bikini Body Bootcamp challenge. So excited, it's gonna be amazing. So first, can you tell me a little bit about your current fitness level? I wanna make sure this is a good fit for you. Also, what would you rate your nutrition on a scale from 1 to 10? Thanks girl, hope to hear from you soon. I do this because I don't want to come off like I'm just trying to sell products or push products. I want people to know that I actually really care about their results, and I really care if this is a good program for them, because if someone just had knee surgery, I don't want them lifting heavy weights or doing plyometrics, period. I actually care if people lose weight. I don't want people spending $140 and not getting results, and then, you know, they're not going to be, you know, a Shakeology customer for a long time, so you're not going to get that residual income. 2, they're probably, you know, going to write you off as, you know, one of those scammy people who just tries to sell and push products. And I don't want that. I want people to know I actually really care about them getting results and losing weight, because that's why they're coming to you. So I ask them these questions because I want to really figure it out how I can help them. It shows them that you care about them. It shows that you actually care about the results. So I think it's important to send this personal message to them whenever they say interested or attending. So they will respond, they'll come back with, you know, their current fitness level, or they'll come back and say, you know, they struggle with cravings, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you'll say, great, I think this would be great for you. I can definitely help you out with your nutrition and eating, because all of my challenges come with a meal plan. Plus, it will come with a 30-day supply of Shakeology, which will be a huge help with your cravings. Always, when you respond back to people, always relate how this challenge group or this, you know, program or whatever, Shakeology, is going to help benefit them. So that's another huge important thing about sending that first message, is because you're going to find out what they struggle with, and you're going to say, hey, I know exactly how I can help you. I can fix that problem for you with, you know, Shakeology. So I always say stuff like that. Shakeology will be a huge help with your cravings. It was a game changer for me. So here are all the details about the challenge. The plan is to start on Monday, blah, 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 and it comes with, and you tell them the details again, just to reiterate in case you didn't read it. So you'll talk about why each aspect is important for maximum results. Like I talked about, talk about, you know, the benefits of Shakeology, why it's going to help them, why it's important that they get Shakeology with the workout program, because it's going to help boost their energy levels so they can get through these workouts. It's going to take the place of 1 meal a day. It's going to take all the guesswork out of it. It's going to be one low-calorie, nutrient-dense meal that they will be having every single day. You got to talk about those benefits of Shakeology, because again, so many people will say, I just want to do the program. So make sure you're talking about how awesome it is and how it's going to help them. And then at the end, I always say, does this sound like something you would be interested in? And then you just wait. Okay, so tips. Don't be pushy. Don't sit there and message people constantly. Like, you have to let things just kind of sit for a little bit. I know it can be so, you know, nerve-wracking, especially in the beginning. You're like, is she gonna buy? Is she gonna sign up? Is she gonna be a challenger? Oh my gosh, she's not responding. It's been an hour. What is? You gotta just chill. Because this is something I used to do. You can't just sit there and message people constantly and be like, oh, let me know if you have any questions. Oh, and also this, and also if you get Shakeology this, blah, blah, blah. You gotta just calm down. You don't want to seem desperate. wait a few days almost for people to respond. A lot of people have a lot of stuff going on in their lives, and especially like Facebook messaging isn't that important to every single person. Yes, it's important to us because we run a business through it, but not everybody's sitting there checking their Facebook Messenger. So give people a few days. Again, that's why it's important to give yourself 2 weeks before a challenge group, because you're not rushing to be like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get enough people to actually put a challenge group together? So that's why it's important to wait 2 weeks. Again, don't send multiple messages back to back trying to sell. You will come off desperate. Let it marinate. Let people think about it. You know, people want it before they make a big decision like this, that they want to, you know, put in the work and actually, you know, do the work and pay $140. Some people have to think about it. So definitely let it marinate, let it think about it, give it a few days if you need to, but definitely follow up with them. Don't just leave it alone either. Meanwhile, keep building that momentum on your page. Constantly keep building that momentum. Don't stop just because you put an event page. You still want to talk about how awesome this program is, how awesome you're feeling with Shakeology, how the results, all those before and afters, those, you know, Transformation Tuesdays, whatever, all that stuff. Keep building that momentum because those people will see it, especially if they hit interested or attending for an event. They're probably going to see that momentum that you're building up on their page because that means they interacted with you. So those are just some tips. Okay, event page postings. On your event page, you can do little things in the discussion where you can talk about, you know, the benefits. You know, I do a little countdown just because I want to build up a little bit of that. It's FOMO, fear of missing out. For me, it's like, okay, guys, we only have a few more days. I always say and if you are a former challenger on this webinar, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of spilling the beans of how I do this, but I always say I only have 20 spots available. I'm going to put in 50 people if 50 people want to do it, but I'm only going to tell people in my event page that I only have 20 spots available, just because I want people to say, oh, I want to be in that group, or oh, summer's coming up, oh, I have that vacation, I definitely need to do this program, I want to get one of those spots. So I always build up a little bit of that fear of missing out, and I'll say, okay, I only have 20 spots available for my challenge group or whatever, and then a couple of days later I'll say, I have 10 spots left, blah, 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 blah. And then a couple of days before I'll say I only have a few spots left. And then I'll do, you know, a few days left till my challenge group starts on Monday. Super excited to get started with everyone, blah, blah, blah. I just kind of build up that, you know, fear of missing out, that excitement, you know, stuff like that. Another thing I do is, you know, share those before and afters in the event page just so people can see them, because they may not be always seeing them on your actual Facebook page. Again, with that Facebook affinity junk, they may not see all your posts. So I share before and afters and kind of that momentum building that I did before. I share some of those things in the actual event page as well. Also, a good thing to do is to give out free content because you want people to see what they're going to get in the actual challenge group. So sometimes I'll share, you know, a sample recipe and say more to come in our challenge or whatever. Like I'll share like those Shakeology chocolate ball things or whatever recipes. I'll share that in my event page and say, this is just one of the delicious treats you get to have if you join our challenge group, stuff like that, giving away free content so people can see a little taste of what they're going to get. And sometimes that pushes people over the edge to sign up. So that's something that's worked for me a few times. Reviews are huge too. Former challengers or other coaches talking about the benefits and how awesome that these challenge groups are. Those are awesome. You don't always have to have them in the event page. You can even do like one of your former challengers does her own Facebook posts and tags you in it so other people can see it. Those work really well because people are like, what program are you doing? You look awesome. You look amazing. And then you'll find people that you probably didn't even invite because they're friends with that person and they want to do your challenge group. That happens to me a lot. So reviews are really good too. And then just keep talking about you can't wait for this, how awesome it's going to be, all the benefits, build up that hype, build up that excitement. Because if you're not excited, then no one else is going to be excited. So you definitely have to build up that excitement. Okay, last minute tips to get Success Club with your challenge, because I know all of us have gotten to the point where we're about to do a challenge. It's down to those last couple of days. You may have 2 people who want to do it. You really want to hit Success Club. Who should you reach out to? Who's going to do it? Because you really want to get to the last little push to Success Club. You're like 1 challenge pack away, whatever. Things that I do. I will go back to my health and fitness posts, if I do a sweaty selfie, or if I talk about my Shakeology, or I'll do, you know, whatever, anything that's health and fitness related that I post about, and I'll see who liked it. I will go into that actual post, and I'll see who actually liked or commented, and I will send them a message, and I will say, hey girl, so I'm not sure if this is something you would be interested in, but I'm running this 21-day challenge group that starts on Monday, and then I'll talk about what it is or whatever. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've had people that'll say, yeah, where do I sign up? Just from doing that. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. And sometimes that's a little push you need to get to Success Club. So that's what works for me. Who's checking in, other things, who's checking in at the gym? Who's sitting there saying, you know, they had to drive all the way to freaking 24-hour fitness to get their workout in? Because you can help solve that problem, because these are all at-home workouts. Who's sharing recipes? There's so many people on Facebook that are sharing, you know, healthy recipes, or those videos that show people how they're making the healthy recipes. They're like, it's like a stove and like people's hands and just ingredients. People are sharing those all over the place. So you can reach out to those people because they're obviously interested in eating good food that's healthy. Who's complaining about being summer ready? I know so many people on my Facebook right now that are talking about, what is it, the saying? It's like, when you're cute but not summer ready. It's the picture of that baby with all the rolls or whatever. Who's complaining about stuff like that? Reach out to them. They're obviously thinking about being summer ready or being bikini ready. And then literally, you've got to stop being afraid of what people are going to say. You just have to get over it. You're not doing anything wrong. You're wanting to help people. And if people say no, then they say no. You just got to get over it. You got to stop being afraid if people are going to say no. That's the worst thing that's going to happen, is they're going to say no. And then, you know, you move on to someone else. The end. That's the worst thing that's going to happen. Nothing else is going to happen. And like I said, I let people sign up to the day before the event. I know I will say I only have X amount of spots or whatever, but I will let people sign up to the day before the event. You can do that just because we have Beachbody On Demand. Yes, people won't have their Shakeology in time, but you can tell them to supplement their breakfast or whatever with a healthy meal and give them ideas for that. I will let people do it up to the day of. But that's just for me. Okay, so again, this is trial and error. This is stuff that I do. This is stuff that works for me. This may not, you know, use some of these things, see if they work for you, tweak them, and see what works for you, period. Make a list of who was interested and didn't sign up. This is huge because I always find that people who said they were interested or wanted to attend, or, you know, for some reason didn't get to do it, they will do one later. So I always, always, always make a list of the people that said we're interested or attending, and I keep them on a going list. And every single time I do my next challenge group, I will send them a personal message, whether they say attending or interested or whatever. I will send them another message saying, hey girl, I know you missed out last month. I just wanted to let you know I'm running another challenge group that starts on blah, 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 or whatever. Would love for you to be a part of it. This is what's all included, stuff like that. And I've had so many people that said no before that sign up later. This relates to this. No means not right now. No doesn't always mean no. 100%, I found this to be true. No for me has always meant not right now, especially with, you know, health and fitness, the times of the year, especially like there'll be a lot of people that say no, you know, later in the summer or even in the fall and the winter, and you'll have all those people reaching out to you or saying they want to do it in, you know, January, February, March, April, May, whatever. So you have to remember those people. Again, make that list, that running list, because they're always someone you can reach back out to. Don't ever write them off and think they will never do it. That's one big thing. Don't ever write them off. 70% of people eventually do one. Eventually. And that's with your consistency of posting. You have to be consistent. You have to build that momentum. You have to be a product of the product, and you have to be putting it out there that you're doing it. 70% of those people that are seeing those posts, they will eventually do one because they see that you're sticking it out, you're being consistent. It can be done for a normal person, so they want to do it too. But that's only if you're consistent. So that's a big thing. I think that's the end of my presentation. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen if I can figure my computer out. Okay, stop sharing my screen. Okay, so that was kind of just everything I do in a nutshell for promoting and planning my challenge groups. I know it was a ton of information. I know I kind of went over my time. I was only supposed to be 30 minutes and now it's 40 minutes, but I just kind of really wanted to share everything that I do, what works for me. So take from this whole presentation what you want from it, tweak it, make it your own. But I hope this helps some of y'all. If any of y'all have any questions about doing any of those things, you can always send me a message, always reach out to me. I don't mind running through it with you. If you don't know how to set up an event page, if you don't know, what kind of a message to send someone, reach out to me. I don't care. I will totally help you. But I hope everyone has a good night, and I hope this helps some of y'all. I'll obviously be posting this in our group so everybody can watch it. And I will talk to you guys later. Hope you guys have a great night. Bye.